So the doorbell, let's just take this off, and then we just open it up on the sides, and there we go. When it comes to recording, there are a few settings. So when to record, you can choose always, so you can actually have it as a CCTV camera, which is always constantly recording.
Hi everyone, my name is Cindy and welcome to the Home Automation X channel. Thank you for watching. This video is about the UniFi Protect G4 Doorbell. We have done several videos on video doorbells over the years, but we reached out to Inside Wire, who can show this doorbell being integrated into the UniFi ecosystem. So this doorbell, along with all the other UniFi cameras, will be in the UniFi Protect app. Also, all of the recordings will be stored locally on the UniFi NVR, UDM Pro, or the Cloud Key, so there's no need for monthly fees. Here is Monty from Inside Wire to talk to us about the UniFi G4 Doorbell.
Hi Cindy, it's nice to see you again and it's great to be back on your channel, so thanks for having me. In this video today, I'm going to be reviewing the UniFi Protect G4 Doorbell. If your viewers like what they see, there's a link down in the description below where I have my full Ubiquiti playlist so they can check that out. It's only taken approximately 12 months to get one of these inside the UK. They were released a few months back in the EU and they have been out of stock ever since. However, inside the US, they've been available for the last 12 months. So what's taken UniFi so long? Nonetheless, in this video today, we're going to take a look at the doorbell, how to install it, what the settings are, what the features are, and how to install it with a chime. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the like if you found this video useful, and even drop me some comments if you want to as well. The links to all the products are in the description below, so feel free to check them out. And if you have installed your doorbell another way, for example with a wireless chime or digital chime, the one main thing that took me towards the doorbell, other than being very heavily invested in the UniFi products, is the fact that there's no subscription fee. Goodbye Ring, no more doorbell subscriptions. Anyway, I won't go on too much longer, let's jump straight into it.
Let's start by having a look at the Honeywell chime. So we can have a quick look on the back here. This can be used by batteries or power. So we'll just have a look at what comes inside the box quickly. There we go. So in here you can see we've got our connections in here. So 8 16 volt, 15 watt max and 6 volts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 connections here. We will have a look at the UniFi doorbell first to see what connections we require. If you don't want to power it by the mains, you can actually add 4 batteries just here. So let's put this to one side quickly and then we will have a look at the doorbell itself. So the doorbell, let's just take this off, and then we just open it up on the sides, and there we go, that's the doorbell. So if we take this out first, you can see the camera up here, just a quick push button. You've got your speaker down here. It looks like your IR sensor down here. And if we flip this over, you can see at the back we've got a reset button. Not quite sure what that button does. And then you've probably got your connections for your power. So also inside this, if we take this off, so this is the level that comes with it, so you can place this on the wall. If this is the wall, for example, you can place this on the wall just here, get that at the right level and make sure your doorbell is straight. So that's quite useful to have. So we'll pop that to a side. It just tells you about the doorbell, and if you want to get started, that's the QR code and it will take you to a link. Inside here we have, it looks like the wall plugs and screws. Looks like it has a SIM card remover tool, which we'll have to see what we need to use that for, and some 3M tape if you want to stick it somewhere. It also has a adapter if you want to have it off the side of the wall, so if you want to have it at an angle, it comes with one of these, so that's quite useful. So further deeper inside the box, it looks like there's some power cables in here. So we'll figure out what to do with these very shortly. So my assumption is this is for the chime to plug into there, and this one, these go into here I think by the looks of it, but we'll have a look at these shortly on how to put it all together. Okay, and I think that's everything that comes inside, so there's nothing else to it. So I guess let's quickly look into how we start piecing this together. Actually, just before I start that, I want to show you the back of here. So we want to show you these just here. So this is something that you can connect up with your chime, and also this is something that you connect onto the back of your doorbell. So if I quickly show you these, this one just here goes just in here like this. Then I'm going to quickly screw this in, and then we do the same with the other one. Okay, so they're now in, so we can just connect our, there's a little hole at the end, we can connect our cable in here just by pressing that down. This is just for demonstration purposes. And then what we actually want to do is we want to grab another cable, and we're going to go from here into one of these. So let's just open this up. Okay, that's gone in. And then we're going to take our blue one that we had here, and we're going to plug it into that one here. So you can almost see, if I show you this quickly, you can almost see it goes to here, and then from here into here, and then back round to here. So then what you want to do is take one and pop one in here, and then we'll take another one and pop that one in here. And there you go, that's all connected up. So now if I flip this over, and if I just give a bit of power, you can see my doorbell is now turning on. Now, so I have actually configured this already in my UniFi system, but I'm just going to quickly show you that the doorbell works, and then I'm going to go and take you through the setup on how to do it. Okay, there we go, that's now set up. So if I now press this, you can hear the doorbell go off. There we go, so that's now working. To get this set up initially, you need to use your phone, so let's have a quick look at how you run through the setup itself. Okay, so just waiting for, I don't know, it's just blurred out, but it's actually, the doorbell's just starting up, so it's waiting for that to start up. There we go, so now you can see automatically it's found a new device, so we can just click add. So it's going to connect to it via Bluetooth. There we go, now it's found the network. So if I just join that network, it's going to type in my password. There we go, now it's connecting to the network. There we go again, a similar sort of sound to the G3 Instant and the UniFi Access. Let's give it a name. It says, do you have a chime box? And I'll say yes, install with chime box. It says, are you sure you want to install the chime box settings? We want to click yes, install, so enable that because we do have a chime box enabled. You can add the alert, and there we go. And there we go, that is the doorbell set up and working. So now we're into our UDM Pro. Let's jump straight into Protect. And inside here, it's your normal Protect interface, how you'd expect to see it. So on the left-hand side, you have cameras, and you can see I have the front door here. So if we go into it, let's have a quick look at the settings that are available. So here is, you can click on the play button and you would get a live image of what's happening on your doorbell right now. You can have a custom message, so you can leave it to say, leave package at door, do not disturb, whatever you want to have on there. So you can have that. So you can have that and update the message and click display, and that will then go off and display it. So you'll see that on your screen right now. Then you come back and we have a look at the overview, so it gives you a quick idea of what's going on with your doorbell, the connection, the uptime, the last motion, etc., what version it's running, etc., etc. We move into general. This is where you can give it another name, so if you gave it something earlier throughout the app and you want to give it something different, you can update it here. We have the microphone status here. We want status sounds on and status light on, and you can adjust the picture quality. So let's just apply the changes there. Click the overview, and within here, within the image itself, you can choose what you want to display. You can have the time, date, logo, bitrate, whatever you want to have on there. When it comes to recording, there are a few settings. So when to record, you can choose always. So you can actually have it as a CCTV camera, which is always constantly recording, motion events or smart detections. So you can choose when you want that to record. The recording quality,
So at the moment I think it's going to be set to 720 or 1080, something like that. This does recording up to 4K, so for that it doesn't actually tell you what quality the image is, but it gives you the best image quality all the way up to 100%. So I would assume if you select 100%, you would have a 4K image. There is a high frame rate mode, so if you want higher frame rates in terms of the frames per second, you can enable this and your frame rate will jump to 45 frames per second. However, the disclaimer on that one is you won't be able to actually record in 4K. I think your maximum is 1080 when you enable the 45 frames per second. Then you have motion events, so you have some settings in here. So if your motions are triggered too quickly, you can have a delay. How many seconds you want to record before, so if you want to record 2 seconds before the motion, it will do that for you, and how much to record after the motion. So that's a configurable setting that you can use here. And then the motion, you can use which algorithm you want to use. There's an enhanced version, which is if you wanted to pick that up, or if you want a stable version, it's entirely up to you. The last one is smart detections, so this will actually pick up a person. If it picks it up on the camera, it will take a snap of it and leave it in your library if you're storing them. And also there is a vehicle detection, which is in beta at the moment. So I haven't actually mounted my doorbell at the front yet, so I haven't had a chance to actually test the vehicle one. Then we move into zones, so you can add motion zones. So if you have say for example, it's overseeing onto the neighbour's driveway and you don't want to pick up motion on the neighbour's driveway, you can go and you can add zones. So you can click add new zone at the bottom and you can choose what area you want it to record from or pick up motion from, sorry. Discard that because I don't need that at the moment. And then the smart zones, this is again same if you want it to pick up the vehicle or person detection. You don't want it to pick up the driveway, you want neighbour's driveway, you want it to pick up your own, so you can add that here. And the privacy zones at the end. So again, in terms of privacy of your neighbour or garden, wherever you're facing or somewhere else, you can actually blank out certain parts so it doesn't record it. So if I add a zone in here, for example, if I don't want to record this side, I can click save, and then that side of the image will actually be blank when it gets recorded. So let's discard that as I don't need that. And then the last but not least, the general management of the camera. So you can reboot it remotely, you can unmanage it. Really good thing is you can actually use this as an RSTP feed, so if you want to pick up something else or you want to link it into something else, you can do that from here. You can disable the microphone if you don't want it to pick up anything, and if you have a mechanical chime, which I do, which we went through earlier, you can populate that here, or if you actually have a digital chime, you can change that here also as well. So a couple of things you might want to look at just before we finish this part up. So if we go across to settings and go to my alerts, this is where you actually get prompted on push notifications from your phone. So if I go into here quickly, this is when the doorbell rings. You want to always send it. You can actually have a custom schedule here. So for example, if you're in an office and you only want it to go between 9 and 5 or 6 and 6, for example, depending on however your office works. Or also if you want to turn it off at night. So if you want to go between midnight and 6 AM, you don't want to be disturbed with any alerts or anything, you can put a custom schedule in here, which is really good. Now for the alerts themselves in terms of push notifications, it's fairly similar to the way the other cameras work. You either select email or push notification depending on what you want. So from the front doorbell, when it connects or disconnects, I'd like to know about it, because if it's disconnected, you want to know why. In terms of motion, yeah, I definitely want to know when there's motion at the front door. So that will then send you another push notification, and same again with the smart detection. So when it picks up a person or picks up a vehicle, that will then send you a push notification. You can actually opt for emails as well. So I've just grabbed my phone and I want to show you one last thing on here, which is the two-way audio talk. So on the phone itself, you can actually see you can turn this on and off, and in the bottom right hand corner there's like a volume button, so you can actually turn that off to hear what's going on outside. You can go back and forth 15 seconds, that's fairly standard, but the one on the bottom left is what I'm really more interested in. That one gives you your two-way audio speech, so I can undo that. The doorbell is in the same room as me, so I've turned that off fairly quickly, but you get the idea. Within the app itself, that's one thing I wanted to show you, as within the actual Protect software on the web interface, it doesn't look like you can actually do two-way talk. But if you have found the option, please do let me know. If I quickly pop back on here to my live feed, The thing I found was just the audio. I've not actually found in terms of talkback on your laptop as well. So it definitely works on the app. I've just not seen it in the web interface as well. So what did you decide? Are you going to switch away from your Ring, Nest or whatever doorbell you have at the moment? Are you going to switch across to the UniFi one? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I really hope you've learned something on the UniFi Protect Doorbell. I'll pass it back to Cindy now from Home Automation X.
Thank you, Monty. That was insightful and delightful. All about the UniFi G4 Doorbell. I learned so much. I like the fact it can be integrated into the UniFi NVR UDM Pro or even the Cloud Key, so all the recordings are stored locally and there are no more monthly fees. I left the link down below for Inside Wire's YouTube channel. Go check him out, as he is very informative. I hope you've learned a lot from this video, because I know I did. Leave a comment on how this collab went and if we should do more of them. You can also see our latest videos right here on the side. Subscribe to see more videos. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and don't forget to check out our website, homeautomationx.com. Thanks for watching.